What is a soulmate? I am asking for a reason. Because Virgo, this has a lot to do with what's going on with you right now. There's a clusterfuck, is what I've been calling it, in the sky. Basically, planets almost suffocating the sun. They're just so clustered around where the sun is right now. The sun is in Capricorn. Pluto's still in Capricorn. And then you also have Jupiter and Saturn, as well as Mercury. So there's just a cluster. In Venus is really close there too. It's not. Is Venus in Aquarius? No, I think. To check. I think Venus is still in Sagittarius, but I may be wrong. What doesn't matter. What matters is where the sun is right now. You know, we're in Capricorn season still. And if you know a Capricorn or have a Capricorn in your life, then they are definitely, there's a lot of pressure points that are going off and popping off in their life right now. And everything is, for them, is happening kind of in their first house. And so it's really almost like contradictions of, not contradictions, but things are popping off as to, you know, well, what do they want about themselves? Have they truly been true to themselves? Have they been taking care of themselves? Have they been nurturing who they are and believing in who they are? So there's just a lot of different aspects there. If you have a Capricorn in your life, I say that because I know Virgos and Capricorns often attract each other. But if not, you know, this is primarily about you. Where this is happening for you is your fifth house. And I know people are going to shout at me and say, no, 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 this is in Virgo's fifth house and this is in Virgo's sixth. No, the way the houses and the zodiac wheels line up is not perfect. And where it's falling right now during this energy, there can be planets who are in your natural fifth house that are not in your fifth house right now. If you look at your natal chart, you'll understand what I'm saying. That you'll see that, oh, my third house is in Scorpio, but I have a planet that's in Scorpio that's still in my second house. How does that happen? It happens because the wheels twist at different rates. You know, so right now, where all this clusterfuck is primarily happening is your fifth house. And what is your fifth house? It's romance. It's what you really love. It's your purpose on earth. It's your purpose for your life. It's your soul purpose. It's what you were designed to be and to create and to believe in, really believe in your purpose, right? And that is being the pressure points that are being put on that fifth house, coming from two places. Your seventh house, your partnership, which is where Chiron is sitting right now, self-defeating and self-sabotage, or something that you didn't expect coming at you, as well as the eighth house, which is the house of life and death, regeneration, sex, and the occult, mysteries, not mystery, sort of like the occult, different kinds of psychic work or spirituality work. And that is where right now I think Uranus and Mars are sitting for you. So there seems to be a spiritual rebellion or a spiritual awakening that's really influencing, impacting, or having a great deal of switch and change on your fifth house. And I believe 8th, 9th, 10th, probably your 10th house is where the North Node is right now, if I'm counting correctly. Which is where the information is coming through, or has something to do with where your partner works, where you work, something that's been going on that's been subverted, things that have been kept from you, things that you're just finding out, that are changing your mind or rubbing against or even giving you purpose and making it very clear what your purpose is supposed to be. You know, there's changes, and these are going to be permanent changes that sort of awaken you to maybe things that you didn't expect to be awakened to. And that's why I asked you, you know, what is true love? What is a soulmate? A soulmate is really somebody who's put on earth to broaden and expand your heart, to break it open and teach you new things and to show you new things. It's not about how long they're in your life. It's about how much they impact you when they're in your life. And so there is a great deal of soulmate energy here that I think realization and information that's breaking open to teach you. and show you things that are becoming obvious or clear, information that gets told to you. And it could even be an ending of a partnership. It could even be a decision to end a partnership. Or that you're meeting somebody, if you're totally single, that you're meeting somebody new. And this is not a relationship reading. This is a you reading. This is a reading about how everything that's going on right now is impacting you. And there is somebody that could be coming in romantically, that inspires your heart, that really bursts your life open. And honestly, you could know them for a day. You could have known them for 50 years. You could have known them for 5 years. Either way, they have definitely changed your life, or they will be changing your life. This is that like impact, ground zero kind of impact right now, that somebody is sort of like coming in and breaking your world wide open, changing your heart, changing your mind, showing you things that maybe you never thought or never expected. You know, this, for some of you, will come in waves of real hurt and feeling of real suffering. And for others, it will come in some ways the same for the both of you. It's just some of you, it will be not such a nice thing that happens, and others, it will be a great thing that happens, but the way that change impacts you is something that is quite difficult and frightening. And so ultimately, even something that's good, you may think of as something that's bad at first, or you see it for the hardship that it is first, as opposed to the blessing that it is. So this is the real struggle. Now, I'm just describing energy that's in your life right now. So Virgo, this could very much be you doing it for somebody. You being that first ground zero impact for somebody that basically changes their life. And honestly, I think in some ways that's kind of what it is. But I will say this to you. The way to really focus on using this energy to the best of your ability is understand who you are and be really honest about who you are and what your real purpose was on earth. Because if you know who you are and you're in tune with that, then you will be a fine-tuned instrument to go and play in somebody else's orchestra. But if you are out of tune and you come into somebody's life right now and you impact them in somebody's life right now, and this is something that you have to watch out for people that are coming into your life too, is first and foremost, make sure that they're tuned. Because you will have such an impact on each other that you could basically throw each other off tune. Be tuning yourself to somebody else's dissonance. And you don't want that. And the only way that you can be sure, number one, of yourself, that you're playing, you're tuned well, you're an in-tuned instrument, is, first of all, if you're in tune, then you will hear immediately if somebody entering your life has dissonance. And that's why it's so important right now to know who the fuck you are. To learn about it, be open about it, be sure of it, and to love it and embrace it. This is 5th house energy. What is your soul name? What was the name that you wrote before you entered your body and decided to come back to earth? Who are you? Your truth, your real truth. This is you getting back to that information. And I love that soul name, it has writing in it, because you're such prolific writers. You're so good with the written word. You're so good with the spoken word. So this is a sense for me of signing your name on a contract that you signed, that had a direct relationship to your heart. That could mean a lot for different for you, but let's keep going, because this is still the most general part of this reading. Soul mating is here, right there, at the heart of the reading. And this is the card that is talking about somebody impacting your life, or you impacting somebody's life, of coming in contact, two people becoming one, and it expanding your heart, growing your heart, opening it up, and understand that this is the same image. This yellow heart is here in the center, and then it expands. So you see, it's like you know yourself. You become aware of who you are and tune who you are into what you agreed with God before you came into this world. And then you expand and grow. You meet your soulmate. You're meeting your soulmate, even if you're married. So this could be growing a relationship that already exists or meeting a soulmate outside of the relationship. I did pick up a feeling of infidelity. Now, this doesn't mean actual infidelity, but it could just imply that there's something going on outside of your relationship because it's a soulmate. It doesn't mean that there's sex or cheating. It just means that somebody other than your partner is bursting your heart open. Now, if this is your actual partner, then something is going on. There's some sort of pressure points with their work or your work, or I think it's their work, at their work, that is basically making you realize just how important they are to you right now. And how in so many ways they impacted your life and made your life, helped you fulfill what you always wanted to fulfill, helped you fulfill your dreams. This person has been a grand inspiration to you or support system for you. Now, if you are totally and completely single, there is somebody coming in. That's just because it's like your heart is ready for the impact. It needs it. This is just the right time for your heart to expand and grow. Divine masculine energy is here. So this is telling me there's a divine masculine coming into your life. Somebody that helps to drive you forward, inspire you to get going and to work and to do and to build and not be afraid. Somebody who has maybe that mentality of getting things done, of getting things done and knowing their direction and having a purpose in their life. This is somebody who matters to you, especially if you're a female. The female energy, the feminine energy, seems to be confused. Somebody who's at odds with themselves, who doesn't really know which direction they're going in. This is the feminine energy is kind of lost right now, but the masculine energy isn't. And I don't know, you can be a female with the masculine energy and you can be a man with the feminine energy. I don't know if you know. I'm just going to tell you what I see. And then you can decide. But I think it's really interesting that there's this clusterfuck that's happening in your fifth house, and then you have the sort of the catalysts or the things that kind of are acting, the agents that are acting on it in your seventh and eighth house. And it's just like there's something here with sex and partnership, as well as regeneration and ending and a beginning. That communication's also coming in from the 10th house, which is your career and what you desire. What is this information on your 10th house, information on what you have to do, even if it's uncomfortable, because we're talking about North Node energy, but where your future is, or something coming in. It could even be for some of you finding out that your spouse has been unfaithful at work, or feeling that way and finally having a conversation with them about it to get to the root of what those fears, where those fears are coming from. Or it could be vice versa, but there is definitely all of these things are working together to really blow up your heart right now. For the better. I know, it's like, you're like, yeah, it really sounds great. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but it is so valuable right now what's going on. Because honestly, there are definitely things that you are having to move away from. Having to walk away from certain relationships that do not work for you. And understanding that, almost accepting that somebody's got to get out of a bad influence. Because there are people that want to take more than they want to give. And there are people who are insincere in your life right now. And really, not being, this is a warning card. Watch out, watch your associations right now. There are definitely people who you want to get away from because they're maybe whispering poison in your ear or trying to take from you, or essentially they're just fundamentally not on your side. And so this is a natural reaction of wanting to say goodbye and saying goodbye and being willing to walk away from individuals who have become toxic or who are hiding things from you and not being straightforward. And yes, this is all impacting your heart space, your fifth house space. Take time to breathe out. Take time to exhale. Take time to think. You want to be as rational and calm when you deal with the circumstance as you can. Believing in what you have seen from the beginning. This is like where you want your focus to be. You want to stay focused. You want to hold your vision. You want to continue to move forward, right? Energy is gaining momentum. You can feel that something's shifting and that something is changing, particularly in a relationship. You can feel it. This is moon energy. This is your moon energy, your emotions. And that breath out is like, help yourself exhale, help yourself decompress. Because it may very well be, I don't know, we're going to get to the bottom of this, of course, by the end of this reading, which includes the extended. There's always an extended, and that link is below. Take time to breathe out, hold your vision. This is like, it's almost like something might derail you or is threatening to derail you. And you're doing everything in your power to stay on track. Because as you gain momentum, but something, it's either the energy that's working on you is gaining momentum or you're gaining momentum and you don't want to be derailed right now. Because something very important is about to change or switch, or an opportunity is about to open up for you. And it's almost like maybe you've been trying to put all this other like divine masculine, divine feminine, heart space stuff. You want to put it to the side right now because you don't want it to derail you. You don't want it to distract you. And that makes sense. There's a lot good going on in your life right now. Ladybug, good luck. You are bright energy. Let worry go and be happy. Be here, be in the here and now. So there's a lot of good luck. There's a lot of positive momentum happening around your life. And I think a lot of that has to do with your career space, with information, like with knowledge, or being the informant right now about sort of being the information people need. Because we have here, I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. Tiger energy. Self-sustaining, self-sufficient. Your momentum is going. There's something that's really driven you right now that you really believe in. And you don't want to give it up for anything. But you can feel underneath that there's something that is threatening to derail you. Be community. You are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everyone you touch. This is telling me that you have been very busy, working very hard for a long time, and that you're about to reap the benefits of that. Maybe running a crew, managing people, because really bees are a collective, like managing a collective momentum or a collective project. And you're about to reap results from that. Raven energy is here. And this is shamanic energy. You are the creator and the magician. You use your gifts for good. Because you have the power to influence people right now. You have the power to derail somebody, or you have the power to make somebody stronger. What will you do? And what you choose to do really shows who you are. Because I really feel like with this card here, it's not somebody working on you. It's you working on them. It's you having the power. And we discussed this a little bit last week because it could have been some influencing energy. But ultimately, I feel like this is just you being so very powerful right now. And really the true test of somebody's heart and somebody's integrity is how they use the power that they have. I want to know more. If you like this reading, please like it and then share it on your other social media platforms, because that really helps the channel grow. Also, if you haven't done so already, Virgos, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and then ring that bell so that you get all of my uploads. I upload between 12 and 14 videos a week. Virgo specific messages I upload every Friday with Cancer and with Leo. But hey, it's not just about your sun sign, it's about your moon sign and your ascendant sign and all of the signs. So you'll get all those videos, a new one every single week. So I invite you to ring that bell. Also, there's always, like I said, a Vimeo. What does that do? It's a tarot card spread. And basically what I do is I get to the heart of your challenges, and I get to the heart of how the hell you see your way through it. Maybe what caused the challenges, what those challenges are, and how you see your way out of it. You know, so very, very specific details over in the tarot card reading, and that includes your romance reading as well. If you subscribe directly to Vimeo, you'll actually get access to the extended. It's about a day before the link debuts on YouTube. So that's really cool. But also over there is where I publish my weekly astrological forecast, and that's totally for free. So that's where you'll find the whole video of my weekly astrological forecast. I also post them directly to my website, which you can subscribe to, the mailing list, and I invite you to do so, or over on Instagram. And you can find me there Monday through Friday giving live readings and interacting with you guys. So if you want to join me for that, please do. Born_without_boundaries. That's where you can find me on Instagram. And I hope to see you there. And then, yeah, last but not least, just enjoy this video. Thank you so much for your constant support. Let's get into your spirit guide messages. What these will show me is the different ways that spirit is actually communicating. So much is coming out in the future. We have a lot of progressive energy here. Time for a deep dive. This has definitely got to do with romance or love, and it's hovering over everything. So there's a lot of romance and there's a lot of passion here. So this is truly where your heart is. I'm just to let you know right now, this is where your truth, your heart is. Becoming aware of that and admitting that. This is your energy at the foundation of your reading, which is trying to build something that will last and work on those fine points and those fine details so that it is healthy and remains strong. Nothing is wasted. Finally, basically, nothing is wasted. That even garbage can have practical uses to it. Something that somebody else maybe threw away. Or basically, this is finding what was good. Finding the fertilizer in the shit. Figuring out how to take what was maybe wasted or thrown away and use it to do good for your life. So this could have been a past relationship. Maybe that didn't work out, but figuring, well, how can I apply it to help the relationship that I'm in work out? Or how can I apply it? How has it inspired me? This is like the silver lining, the good and the bad, and how you put it to practical use for you. Act as if there's some sort of deception here, some sort of cunning or intent at the very least. Somebody trying to pretend that they're not, or maybe just not trying to not reveal your hand right now. This could also be somebody hiding in plain sight that you haven't noticed yet, reclaiming your power. Trying to, at least, and it could be through, this could be somebody trying to reclaim their power through sort of underhanded mechanisms. You know, yeah, like things that aren't in the up and up. Clear out the clutter because they haven't gotten over something. They haven't let something go. This is holding on. I feel like this is holding on in some ways to a past hurt or a past sorrow, maybe even a past relationship. There's just some sort of energy of somebody's holding on to it and pretending like it's gone, or at the same time almost maybe trying to have influence over a person that they used to be with. Or you could be silently watching somebody from afar because you can't get them out of your head. But ultimately, isn't that you doing what they're doing, which is not being able to let go? It's really interesting. It's how sometimes we don't even notice that. Tend to the small things. There's a sickness here. Something's been growing and it's not been healthy. And it started out really small, so you could ignore it, but you know, whether you see one mouse, there's like 400 living in the walls. So this is an infestation. Tend to the details, because it's in the details where the devil is living. And anything that comes up that seems small now, this is almost like it seems small. It seems like it's like trying to sneak behind your back. Don't let it, because it's actually a lot. I mean, these are little motherfuckers that carried the goddamn Black Plague. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, don't let it go. There's something that's coming up right now. And it could very well be with this card, actual health. Though nothing, what is in your 6th house? There is something going into your 6th house. I think Mercury is already there. So there's just this essence of you could get information on or communications about your health or about a risk to your health that changes everything you feel about a relationship that you have or about how you've been living your life. Just saying, just letting you know. There is a couple warning flags here. And I know because you're so intuitive, Virgo, you've already picked up on a couple of things. This and that are true. Trying to see things from another person's perspective. Trying to keep your anger down, your temper down. Trying to stay light and playful. Even though in some way that's kind of what it is. It's like maybe that's what it is. It's like you're trying to remain light and playful even though you know something is going on that is really going to hurt you or could really hurt you. But ultimately, I don't think it has to do directly with your career. I think a lot in your life is going very well right now. And like I said, you don't want to derail your life, but ultimately, you're going to have to address it. Or else it will get big enough to derail your life and what matters to you. You're loved. You're supported. People care about you. This is health in a relationship, healthy partnerships, that you're very loved by somebody. Or you have a lot of love for somebody. There's love all over this reading. I can't wait to get to your romance reading. This is beauty. This is luxury. Somebody seeing you as something that they adore, something that they worship, respecting that, hoping that somebody respects you or respect that love, respect the beauty of this person. This is Libra energy. Being in this moment, right here, right now. Something's making you appreciate this moment, right here, right now. Sing your own song. Being liberated and being free. To say what you need to say. You need to say something. You need to tell somebody something. Or you need to talk about something. Because that's what the canary is. It's Gemini energy. Music, song, express yourself, self-expression. Let's get into your angel messages before we go over to tarot and see what the hell is actually the problem. Gratitude. Make gratitude your new attitude. The stars will shine brighter upon you. All in your world will become lighter. Okay? That's not from me. That's from the angels. So even if you want to shout and yell or throw eggs at me, don't, because it's not from me. Vision. A positive outcome requires a positive vision. Visualize everyone involved in your present situation surrounded by light and love. Make sure to include yourself also. Your love has the power to influence and transform the current events. You know, I kind of like learned this message recently because all my family had COVID. And that's something that I haven't shared publicly, but I will with you guys just to tell you, because what I read was that stress really exacerbates a lot of the symptoms. And those people with positive outcomes, with the idea of just thinking about life and thinking about health, even when they had it, survive. So there's a sense of even when things look bleak, it's not bleak if it's just an experience. If it's just an experience that every day you wake up and say, I'm going to look at this as a a tool for learning and growth and expansion. And I'm going to use it and apply it to this part of my future and this part of my future and this part of my future, of being future focused. That's what vision is about. Oh, wow. Creative potential. You are by nature infinitely creative. Life is a sea of creative potential just waiting to be expressed through you. You are free to express all your heart's desires. Surrender. There is no point in pushing the barrow up such a steep hill. Go back to the start. Surrender your expectations. There is an easier way. When the time is right, a new path will appear. Peace. No matter where you are or what you're doing, inner peace is always possible. All it takes is a subtle shift in awareness. Think love, and peace will follow. Miracle. Our wings of light surround you and those you love. This current situation is governed by a higher power. The forces of love are at work. All will turn out well. Let's just see how they do that. Meet me in tarot. Link is below this video. I'll see you guys over in the extended. Bye.